Hello and welcome to Let's Look At, a series where I take a look at old videos I made in the past to archive for the future. Today's episode will be taking a look again into the Peanut Snoopy's Town Tales stuff from the past and archiving what I've been getting since 2019 and moving up from here. And in this episode we're going back to Yeen. And you may be wondering, what the hell does that mean, back to Yeen? Well, it's just something that came up when I was trying to combine the pictures together because we're looking at back to school and Halloween. And there's a reason for this. Because the videos are quite short and I was going to write them off, but I'm like, you know what, let's combine them together. This will probably be better. So, in this case, we're going to be splitting them up into two parts. The first one is going to be, of course, back to school because this one is the most complete. And I'll explain a little bit more later, but I just decided not to bother with the event, and you'll see why. But anyways, here's the back to school art picture. I wouldn't have done this for any other ones, but I had the assets, so I might as well show this off. A preview of a picture of what they showed off in their email, and you get a little idea of what they did with the decorations, which is actually kind of cool. And of course, this character would introduce Roy into the field, which is our first character into the new art style. Because if you remember, this actually changed a whole lot of stuff in October. In fact, this event was supposed to be back in September, but they delayed it because, again, they were updating the game's art style to this new comic style rather than the blue sky movie style to celebrate the game, the whole series' 70th anniversary. And yeah, they did a lot of work. They basically went all the characters and redid their animations, their cover art, everything. That they worked their butts off on this. But anyways, this also helped improve the game because Hellgear, at this point, the game was getting laggier. And this video basically just went like, oh, it's free now. It's not boring. It's not long and laggy. You'll see what I mean. Anyways, let's dive into the first part of this, which is the back to school event, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, let's jump in. So this was taking place October the 3rd. So yeah, it's a little bit delayed, but these events have been going for 2 weeks each. So technically, we do get like back-to-back updates. So it kind of makes sense that this is the Back to Yeen event, 2 events in one. Although normally, the Halloween one was going to actually be a lot more, but I'll explain why it's a lot shorter when we get closer to there. If you've seen my other videos in my main channel, you may have a good idea why and what I've been hinting at previously, but for now, all you need to know is that, yeah, there are some issues with it. And there's a good reason for that. But anyways, we just get this loading here. And, oh, yep, here's the music again. But anyways, hopefully you enjoy this here. Oh, you see the new art style right there. But as you can see, everything else, oh yes, there's new art style. But the whole game, characters and whatnot, still new art style. That was hard work, but it was worth it. Yep, so we got sister Bella, I think her name was, for Snoopy, and still in her art style. I think my house looks just as nice as yours now. Yes, but you should see my place in the beach. Yay, and you got the new art right there too. Right. But, you know, I hope you say goodbye to this old blue sky movie video because now they're gonna move into the future. They've been going here for 3 years. It's nice and all, but, you know, it overstayed its welcome. And here's the new, yeah, so now Charlie Brown's looking nice. This is still there. And with the switch, we'll start the event and the new art style. There you go. And look at that. Everything's now changed to the comic book style, and here's the back to school update officially again. So this is the second time they had the official, well, third time they did the back to school update. But this was also the second time they've done an event style of this. And anyways, this is the Roy pack, which we're going to get at some point, and we'll get to look into Roy's quest line in a bit. But I think part of him and other characters' quest lines have basically gone away. Like basically they've become lost media because of things that I've done in the past, which is just not archived or cared about them in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, look at the art style. They really changed it. Which is crazy to think about. But, you know, is what it is. This is not like, this is a nice kind of quiet music, but I kind of like the, you know, my favorite one, the you know, which I've always every time I have to do that. But now look at all the characters; they've all changed the comic book style, which is crazy to think about. The houses are still the same though, but it's just the character models, which is crazy to like. Look at this; everybody's changed. That's wild, man. But anyways. Yeah, so we got this already. But yeah, anyways, back to school. It's about 2 weeks. So, usual things. Fanfare. Got some old items back, but this time you're buying it with B's. And the reason why is because it's a spelling bee. That's the joke this time around. Some old items back again, but, you know, now you've cost stuff. And I believe when we get closer to near the end is when we actually get to the new content, like the things that got introduced to this update compared to old ones. So this is still old. Here I think is when it comes to new stuff. Yeah, so all this is new for this update. So here are the new books, and that's it. Not a whole lot. And here's the grand prize, which is a pencil blimp. And you need this stuff, that, and a jacket, which, okay, and that as well. Okay, dude. Hello everyone. They want us to go to the assembly hall to start a new semester. And you get to see a little bit of the new Charlie Brown animation there, which is cool. But I don't want to go to school. Nothing good ever happens there. You know. Sir, a sound education is critical for your future efforts. For me, it's more like educational is critical of my efforts. Yeah, so there you go. So now we just have to place the crafting scene. In this case, it's this area, which I believe they talk about, the school cafeteria. And the mess hall is the assembly is the new scene in this quest. So yeah, you get to see a bit of this stuff here. Now, I don't know, a bit of this back to school is kind of based on the You're the Man, Charlie Brown. Oh, you know, the one where he basically was this spelling bee champion. I don't think so. I know there was a moment where he ended up, like in the movie. Sorry, this is going to be hard for me to talk because, again, every time I do these, I have to yawn. That's why it's on the side channel here. Anyways, this is done. I think we can stay positive and study hard. We can enjoy the school year. Sure, Chuck. You go on right thinking that, but I know how it'll be. Sir, perhaps you'll feel better if you draw a happy face in your lunch bag. Okay, I'll try to put on a good face. Let's get started with this one. Look, it's my favorite song. Out of the 4. Hey, Franklin. The teacher stuck a gold star on your paper. She never sticks a star on anything of my papers. I could get a star on a Christmas tree. Sorry, ma'am. Yes, I'll keep quiet. I'm sorry. That's what I had to do. Anyway, so he's going to do this, which is another one of his new... Yeah, so you get a short look at that. Again. Then we get to see Sally, which... Oh, she's doing this. Oh, okay. Well, I bet that the world is kind of breaking on us a little bit. As you can see, lines. And there she is. She looks cute. We get to see Evan, and oh, here it comes. There's Butterface. Oh, I remember Helkier looking at her like, my God, Truffles, what did they do to you? Holy, you look, oh, oh my God, what is wrong with your face? It's the best thing I can think about during this time. But yeah. Anyways, got this here. Yeah. So now it's the 4th. So, yeah, this is gonna get bought, but not now. It will get bought, don't worry, I'll get Roy. I'm always about getting those characters. Gotta collect them all, as you know. And for some reason we get, like, orange juice and whatnot, too, which is very, very weird, but... Okay, you do you, game. Anyways, you click on this. Now... Hey! Oh... I think might be a reason why I kind of, hold on. The teacher gives a gold star to spelling, attendance, drinking milk, but I never get a gold star. Have you ever gotten one, Mercy? I got one for spelling, one for our attendance, one for drinking milk, one for, forget it, Mercy. Drinking milk, you get a gold star? Why? That is so weird. What a weird teacher you got. Chuck, have you ever gotten any gold stars in school? Well, not yet. But I'm always hoping to. There has to be something we can do, Chuck. I'm tired of being a nobody. Maybe there is. Look at the sign. There's going to be a city-wide spelling bee. Oh, that'll be great. Yeah, you spelling. Told you it'd be good for you, Chuck. I'm not sure what hurts worse. My embarrassment or my bruises? Ouch. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna have him do this now. So he's just gonna... Oh, there's an animation with him and Snoopy. But, unfortunately, I think we need to do this stand. Let's see this. Yeah. Alright, so hide in the house he goes. But I do need to get this, which you do need bees for, which I do have enough, which I think I either place down or let's see, I think I placed it down. But I do get another one of these in the pack, so yeah, okay, I put it down. Alright. Got Farron. There's Butterface, which, by the way, speaking of Butterface, let's do the I'm Truffle dance, because it's the only thing she can do. Like, look at this. Look at her face. Like, look at that. Look at that. God. No wonder no one wants to play with you anymore. Marcy, let's improve your football skills. I'm not sure that's possible, sir. Anyways, so she's kind of doing that with the papers. What's funny, though, is just... Hold on. The feel beautiful ones must live in music. Yes, for instance, beautiful chocolate chip cookies. I'm talking about flowers, Snoopy. Yeah, so you get the new artwork there, too. So she's going to play her fiddle. Or violin, sorry. But yeah, that is funny because of just the whole... Yeah, so this is another new animation with them. Just eating breakfast for some reason. I don't know why. I'm sure the questline might have explained a little bit more, but... You know, the designers, they like to do weird things. More of the new artwork. It's nice to see this. But, yeah, it's very, very weird. That's all I will say. It's very peculiar with how they set things up. And, honestly, it's not like I hated it. No, I don't hate it. It's very odd. Let's just put it that way. Very odd. With this style. Where did it start? Because I'm just bored. I'm just saying different words now. Yeah, so... Yeah. Did you find anything, Pigpen? Maybe I'll believe there's a dinosaur with bones. Okay, Pigpen, you talk to yourself then. If we had a helicopter, we could look for signs. Different souls could be full of also. Why not climb on the monkey bars? Good idea. Then I can see a whole playground. Yeah. Okay, so this is part of his quest line. Yeah, again... I think I didn't do much of this event because this was during the Halloween one for Goosebumps, and that was like my big go-to. But speaking of Halloween, there's gonna be a big of a thing that happens, which I'll explain when we get closer to there. After this whole thing here, I'll save it. So yeah, it's the assembly hall. So this is what we get here. Okay, so that's not too bad. So we just need all these characters and then Roy. And then you get a gold star if you partake. That's nice. That's the main thing, the gold stars. Yeah. Okay. And then meat pancake. So it doesn't look too bad as far as like what you need to get. I think the difficulties is getting those gold stars. But as far as just the other things go, and yeah, you know, some of these items you can actually just get via just getting them by item stuff anyways. They just combine these with the school area, and then some of the shoe, yeah. So this is just... Again, I like what they kind of were doing here. So, yeah, so you don't really need a whole lot of stuff as far as what we need to craft. Which isn't too bad. Yeah. Okay, so most of this is not too bad. The only problem is going to be getting that spelling book in order to be able to get the seed. But, you know, to getting the breakfast and everything. A one more time offer. That's a nice. I guess if you need to get the stuff. And then, yeah. So anyways, we're now still on the 5th. And some time has passed. And he should be done. Which is great. And shouldn't have completed unless I need more than one. Something tells me I need to place more than this one down, which is just stupid, but... Yeah, I do. I just realized that. I just realized that because, again, I can't read Chicken Scratch. Okay, when you blow it up, the graphics are more... Anyways, did you know I played violin now? Bella, you've always were the talented one. You're as good as the piano-playing kid. Oh, you mean, Beethoven's lackey? Schroeder? That's his name. I forgot his name for a moment. Ignore me. Anyways. Yeah, so I need to put another one of these down. That's dumb. Chuck, a spelling bee sounds good and all, but how could we win with that? Look, we have to practice very hard to have a shot. But if we ever enter, we have a chance. Let's do it. That's the spirit, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, you're going to enter the spelling bee? You? Oh, brother! What's wrong with trying? What's the good of living if you don't try things? Spell Akadokamnikamiraza. I don't know the word. I can't even bother speaking it. Maybe I shouldn't enter. You just basically look at her word bubble and just copy from there. That's how you do it. I'm assuming that word was the one that he ended up screwing up on or something like that. I still remember that though in the actual cartoon. He's like, ah! Oh, it was Beagle. How to spell Beagle? And he screwed it up. And he's like, oh, come on. Oh God, poor Chuck. He's never good for him. Poor sad sack. Never gonna learn. Anyways, yeah, so we need to get this down here. But, anyways, still same day, but now we got this here for the next event. And, with a snap of my wrist, never mind, I got the student pack. Yeah, so I didn't snap, I'm sorry. I was lazy. But you get the idea. It's just a magical, bright light of microtransactions just happened right in front of your eyes. And I got another orange tree, which is great, I guess. I got some stuff I have to still put down. And we got Roy, our new character who is from the summer camp, as well as Ethan. Very weird, but okay. Roy is interesting because I think his story is a little bit more like he was the friend, I guess, instead of Ethan, in a sense. But anyways, Roy. One of them... Hold on a second. Give me a moment. Hello, is Charlie Brown there? Roy! Well, what a surprise! How have you been? I haven't seen you since camp, Charlie Brown. It's great to hear your voice. It's good to hear a friendly voice, Roy. Yeah, so so this is what's him calling him. Now, I don't know, I think Roy is the one who did this, but I might be mistaken. Hold on, introduced... Peppermint and that was her, him doing that. I'm sorry, I'm typing this because I'm trying to think of this. Yeah, so where did he get introduced? Like, somebody showed her off. I want to say, like, either Ethan or Roy. I want to find out because one of them introduced, to Charlie Brown. I'm trying to think where it was though. So let's see this. It was so spinner okay. Yeah, so let's just see this. Blah 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 blah. Oh, it was okay, so I am correct. So Roy here not only was a friend to Charlie Brown in summer camp, but he was the one who introduced Peppermint Patty to him. you know, the tomboy that we got going on here. And it's funny because she ended up becoming a main character after that. Like, she was introduced way back in, like, 1966, right? But Roy was the one who introduced Charlie Brown to Peppermint Patty, because it's like, you know, I'm looking for somebody for my baseball team. It's like, well, I know someone who can do that. And this is where, you know, you get introduced to her, and she's like, you know, calls him Chuck, and he's like, Chuck, you sly dog. Like, everybody was hitting on Charlie Brown, despite him being a sad sack. It's just like, you know, it's funny. And it's weird, too, because people who've played as Peppermint Patty in the past, like, they were either girls, or, in some cases, boys actually played as her. Because, again, she's the tomboy, so she has that kind of, like, butch-ish kind of voice to her, so she's not, like, a girly girl. Which isn't bad, right? It just, that's the personality she got going on there. But it is funny, regardless, but, yeah. Anyways, so we move on to the next day. Oh no, sorry, still day. Yes, teacher, I'd like to be the citywide spelling bee. Psst, don't do it, Charlie Brown. You'll just make a fool of yourself. I will not! Excuse me, ma'am. I was just answering one of my many detractors. Violet. Oh, you a study partner? Do you have a study partner for the Chillbean, Chuck? Yes, I'm going to practice with Linus and Snoopy. Great, I'm going to study with Marcy and Roy. Good luck to you, Chuck. Hope that funny-looking kid with a big nose is good spelling teaching for you. Why is he... Okay, look. Does she not know that Snoopy's a dog? Everyone knows she's a dog, but yet he is, like, the funny-looking kid with the big nose, right? Like, I get it when he's in his personification, where he's, like, you know, dressed up like Joe Cool or whatever. Like, okay, yeah, so funny kid with the big nose. But, like, really, like, you should know that the dog, like, Snoopy's is the dog, right? But I don't know, man. I do not know. I don't want to know. I just sure, fine, whatever. You do you, Peppermint Patty. Oh, I mean, again, this sometimes me making commentary for this is so odd. Because, again, I'm going back to this, and this was like 2019. This is now like 2025, so let's just see this. 21, 2, 3, 4. So that's like 6 years ago. That's insane to think about. That this was 6 years, almost. Right? But it's what it is, right? But yeah, it's just... I think some characters end up looking better in their cartoon style. And other characters... not so much. And also, I think this was also during the time where characters that were introduced, like Truffles, the cat, the Farron, all those characters, they were no longer able to actually be able to partake in stuff anymore. However, because of their shenanigans, characters like Farron can still be get, despite him not being included anymore because he's part of the main track. You know what I mean? So they got weird shenanigans going on over there, which is interesting, I guess, because of copyright. It's odd, really. Like, I don't understand. Like, Truffles was part of... Like, she was introduced in the comics, so she should have been, like, included, but no, she's not. It's odd. Roy, look, Rover, I can understand because he was introduced in just one a special. Him and Molly. So Molly's never gonna have him back ever again. But then you get, like, you know, Dolores. That makes sense because she was just only invented for, like, a special. That was it. So yeah, you get these interesting characters that were like one-offs in the specials or whatnot that weren't created by Schultz, which I think is part of the reason why they ended up not showing. Oh, and Rover's just not here anymore. That was the other... Okay, that's the other thing I just started to remember now. Some characters, for some reason, were just invisible. Like, you can't see them at all. I don't know why what happened, but sometimes some of the characters are just ghosts. They just are a ghost. I think part of the problem was because of the whole changing the new art style, so it just screwed something up, but eventually they did fix it. But it's still funny thinking about it, just like some characters just are not there anymore. Like, they're there, but they're not visually there, so it's like, what happened to them? Where are they, right? But yeah, as far as things go, I think around this time is where the Horrorland update hit. So what's going to happen is that the game's going to jump from being on... now, again, I'm going to talk about this very soon, so don't worry. But we're going to go from the 5th all the way to near the end of the event for some strange reason. And something tells me nothing got skipped here because now, as you can see, oh boy, we're like on the 15th. So that's like 10 days. And as you can see, nothing's changed. So I didn't even bother logging in at all. So that's what, so this is what I'm thinking. So I didn't really ruin anything. I just didn't bother playing with this update, right? Because it wasn't important to me. However, an update I would have wanted to play more on was the Halloween one. And there's tragedy that happened there. I don't know what happened exactly with how much video got lost. I don't know if it was a few... Again, I'll explain it in a moment. Just not yet. But yeah, as you can see, I didn't bother with this update. I played it a little bit, but then it's like, oh, Goosebumps here. I just dropped everything and didn't bother. And was like, oh yeah, I should probably come back and do this, shouldn't I? And that's what I did. Yeah. Again, why do you need that many telephones? We should get together to meet in person, Charlie Brown. Sure, let's check my calendar. Turns out I have no appointments for the next, forever. Can you fit in time between now and then? Yeah. It's good to see you again, Charlie Brown. It's been ages. It sure has. Do you still remember how we met in school? I recall that it was lonesome. It was good to find a friend. Remember how you felt lonely, Cam? That's how I remember it. Yeah, I remember. It's like, friend! Right, yeah, because that was what happened in the comic strip. It was just like, what do you do? It's like, oh, I'm lonely too. Friend! You know? In fact, this is going to be the animation we'll end off on with him doing the handshaking thing. Again, they like to do their little references, but... Yeah, there's, I'll explain myself in a moment about what exactly happened here, but, needless to say, disappointment. Not disappointment for this, don't get me wrong. It's disappointment for something else entirely that happens, and you'll see why in a little bit, but, yeah, anyways. Right. Oh, my favorite music is no, that's the... I don't know what my favorite music is anymore. Oh, this one. This is my favorite music. But yeah, oh, look, Charlie Brown lost. Oh, too bad. Do you wanna get it for money? And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's get it for money. And what again? Yeah, so I got this. I'm sorry, I cannot not sing that song. I don't know what it is. It's like Tourette's for me. I just have to say it like that. But anyways, yeah. So now that everyone's basically done their event thing and then no one's going to do anything, let's go ahead and... Oh, that's the other thing too. Roy's quest line, gone. I don't know what happened, but Roy's quest line doesn't exist anymore because it was only for the event, and I think they corrected this later on, I believe, but yeah, anyways, I was going to do his animation just to show off, which I believe was just him shaking his hand. But, I had to go, yeah, so, oops, Charlie Brown's busy, so it's like, alright, let me free him. Okay, so now he's not busy anymore, so let's go ahead and click on his stuff again, which is, yeah, so let's just do this. So he's going to over here, and yeah, so this is him, the like, friend, right? And Roy's wearing the hat, of course, but then Charlie Brown's wearing the same hat because it's supposed to be from the scene in question, so there you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the back-to-school event for 2019. Whatever I got basically archived there. And, and now comes the time where I tell you why I end up quitting the... Why this is now just one part of two different parts. Well, let me explain. So, we're going to be moving on to the next thing, which is Haloween, which is right here. And it's quite interesting indeed. I didn't show this for the other one because it was the same, but Snoopy is actually in the app looking like this with the wizard outfit. I don't know if that plays any significance, but yeah, it's just his costume this year, which is interesting. Then we got a screenshot here from the whatever you call it, which is like the train and all that stuff. And I want to say something right now. The train itself, they recolored that into the horror town, so that's why I'm kind of sharing this off right now, so it's actually interesting here. And of course, this introduced our new character, Poochie, which is significant because Poochie is the former owner to, or a girl that Snoopy owned and is Charlie Brown's friend. And Snoopy's not a fan of her just because of certain actions. Now, before we jump into the video that was taking place on October the 23rd, why is this one so short? I'll explain. You see, Halloween's my favorite time of the year. My avatar doesn't give it away. And this will not be the only video that gets affected by this. Another video that will get affected when I cover it would be Wonder Park Magic Rides here. I'll do the same song and dance when I get over to there. The Wonder Park series won't be that long compared to this one, but anyways, if you want some context, go to the Horrorland Carnival Part 3 video here. And it explains everything, but the long and short of it is, there were some videos that were saved around this time onto my cartridge. What I would usually do is I would record it on my phone and move it to a micro USB, because it saves on data, because the phone at the time didn't have much information available to save. Unfortunately, this micro USB I had broke, which means everything that was loaded on there was gone. So that means there's going to be a big empty space of nothing, which sucks, because I'm sure I had lots of stuff happening, like I got Poochie and completing her quest line, but unfortunately, we won't get to see that because, again, God hates me again. The old mighty lord of the Beagle Gods says no. So that's why we decided to combine all these two together, because I think that'd be more fitting in this case. But anyways, that's more of a rambling, so let's jump into what I have here. So as you can see, this is the loading screen, as per usual. And I do get a little bit of stuff here, but it's unfortunate that I have other things down and getting quests done. And you're not going to see any of that because, again, that was unfortunately... thank God I had something saved. Either I didn't upload this onto my video at the time because I forgot, we're lazy, or I uploaded this, or I saved it onto my computer before the tragic event happened, which I can't believe it happened like that. And surprisingly, oh no, not really surprisingly, everything around this time got affected, which sucked. During Halloween of all cases, too, I should have known something was wrong because back in February I had an issue that happened. But I was like, nah, whatever. But no, this was the moment when I'm like, oh, this is bad. And yeah, the music is still glitching out. We're back to normal. And we're gonna start this. Here we go. And like usual, we got a few more. I got Spooky Ghost. Woo. Yeah, so this is interesting because this is the first time we have a Halloween event with the new art style. Which, unfortunately, this is the first Halloween thing I got. And again, like I said before. So anyways, I got the little Pinktail Girl pack, but then here's the Poochie pack. Which I do get. But unfortunately, lost media. Oh god. So anyways, yeah, so here's the usual things, unfortunately. Now, I believe there was someone who actually uploaded a video of what the scene looks like with these characters, so at least that's somehow saved online for some reason if you look hard enough. But anyways, old Halloween event stuff that we've seen in the past. And here's the newer stuff, which, by the way, because of the introduction, I forgot to talk about this, but you might notice that there are other currency, which is like the gift boxes. They fixed the issue with the gift boxes as far as like getting rid of the inventory stuff goes. And anyways, that's a cool looking pirate ship that would have been so great to have, but I didn't get it because it just cost too much for me. And oh look, Roy's back! Anyways, I was gonna say this again, but we've already, I've already talked about this. So yeah, the error came back, so now it's proper. Hi Linus, what are you up to? It's time of year to write to the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. On Halloween night, he rides out the pumpkin patch and flies through the air, bring his bags of toys for all the children. Yeah. Anyways, I got that going on here. And there you go. Got this witch cabin, which is cool. I'm sorry, yawning there for a moment. And yeah, the audio glitched again, so now it's his music. Witch dwelling. Okay, so you got this stuff here. And got the witch costume. It's interesting, got that. Which is, I think that this time around they're like, you know what, for this time, for Charlie Brown, like what we're going to do for the Great Pumpkin this time, we're going to record him. That way, we know we have future proof that he does exist. I don't know why Poochie was included, I guess because of her orange hair. I'm writing to the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Do you want me to put a good one for you? By all means, I can use all the influence I can get in high places. Yep, good idea. Drat, you're right, I forgot something. That means I still have to like me. See, Charlie Brown, I'm not bad as you think. I've been thinking, Charlie Brown, why not make a form letter on the sketch? That way I could send this letter to the Great Pumpkin and Santa Claus. I don't think they notice, especially not the Great Pumpkin. He's very naive. I wish you had told me that. Now I'm disillusioned. Yeah. I'm not sure what that quest was before. Like, I was just trying to done some backlog stuff. But, yeah. Anyways, a Great Pumpkin patch. So this is the new thing here. And, Charlie Brown in his crappy getup. Yeah, see. I got a rock. Alright. Yeah, anyways. We got that there. Anyways, we got this. Another one of the animations I was kind of doing for quests. And, yeah, it's just... It sucks. I'm really pissed off about this situation. Because honestly, it's one of those... Like, why? Why did it have to happen? I could have had, like, a video just talking about this cool... One of the best events. Halloween's always great. I don't know why. I've never had a... Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. There have been Halloween updates that were really bad, but... I just mean usually Halloween updates is not that bad because they got the spooky decorations and, you know... The only game that kind of... Well, there's two games that Pixels did, which was, like, spooky every time of the year versus just on one day, right? So I'm always a sucker when it comes to town builders that have, like, this... Oh, you get to build... Not builds, but... Special decorations for Spooky Month. And again, I do apologize, but for some reason... I just have to yawn. That's, again... It's by law. By law, when I do these, I have to yawn. It's in the contract. If I don't do that, the world ends. I'm sorry, it has to happen. I'm always gonna joke about that. Even though I get enough sleep, it just has to happen. So I just, I just give up on this point. Anyways, it's weird too because sometimes I don't do that for other things, but when it comes to this specifically, that's when I do it. It's odd, but yeah, here's another one of those quest stuff. And I'm just kind of looking at things that I can do, and I do show off some of the exclusive animations quests for this event, so I do show some of it off. Some that new. I think most of these are new, except maybe some are old. Well, I mean new because they redesigned it, of course, but you know what I mean, like they didn't reuse it. Some of them I think I did, like the Snoopy one might have been reused, but you know, at the same time, you can only do so much for the Great Pumpkin with doing that over and over and over again with the dialogue stuff. I'm sorry. I forgot. Every time I hear the music, I gotta do that. Just so I can know where I'm pinpointing this. Right? So... if I remember, I have to do that again. Just so I have a better idea with where it's going. But... Okay, you know what? I'm sorry, folks. Give me this moment. I have to do it one more time. Okay, there we go. Now I know where I'm looking at. Alright. This for my pinpoint, so I know where I'm locating this, so that way it's in sync with one another. But still, man, it's just... I hate... This song's becoming a meme now. I'm sorry. It seems like that's the case. Right, so... It's interesting how some of these ended up getting completed and others don't, and it's just... I'm just so peeved. I still can't believe, like, you know how much gets deleted? I'll show you. I'll tell you, right, when we get to it. And we got some new animations here, right? So we got that. So we're gonna do the Boo one. I think this has been reused, but yeah, anyways, here's a quick close of that. He's just holding a Boo sign, which is cool. That might be new, though. I might not be mistaken. This is new, though. I can tell you that. The trick-or-treating with Lucy. And the reason I say that's new is because they have a unique animation as far as like the bags go, and those bags were advertised for this event, so obviously this is new for this particular one. Again, Hellgear has more of a knowledge behind this stuff. This is me just looking back and thinking like what I can do here. At the time he's recording this when it's happening, so he can tell you stuff like, oh, this event sucked because the items were bad or the drops were horrible, things like that. Me, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, here's some random things, let me just talk, blah 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 blah. You know, random things. Makes absolutely no sense about what's going on the screen right now, but who cares? You just want slop. Here's the slop. Yeah, so anyways, here's more Linus stuff. And I believe, yeah, so we're gonna do one animation with him, like the Great Grape. Yeah, so this is the one where they do this with the sign and everything like that, which is cool. So that's a new one, for sure, for this year. Just did the book report thing again for that. Again, you can tell which items you want to do because it drops the spooky points. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm looking at all the characters and seeing which one has spooky points or not. And unfortunately, there's no like easy way to look at these characters for now. That won't come in until I believe in 2021 in March. So. Yeah, I think I highlighted that at some point if you're watching this, like, on this channel. I already covered it, but yeah, at the time, this is how you had the shirts for characters. You just had to click like this. So anyways, I'm like, alright, everyone's done, so let's just have them do this with Lucy. So yeah, so this is the new thing in question, as you can see, because, again, and then Lucy's also in a new costume. Like, she's the witch, but she's not like the witch as shown off in pasts, right? Like, based on the actual animation thing like that. But anyways, now we're going to the 8th of so the costume talk about your time, Lucy. This year I'm gonna be a witch. That figures. What's that? Speak up if you have something to say. I mean, that's a great costume idea, Lucy. November 8th, ladies and gentlemen, that we've cut to. Holy, that's so much content. Marcy, I think the more children need to learn about the Great Pumpkin this year. Linus, if you're going to tell people about the Great Grape, you need to help. Pumpkin. Whatever. I'll help you tell about the Great Grape raisin from the Grape Patch. What's wrong with her? With grapes? Like, she didn't even say... It wasn't even close to saying pumpkin. You know, if it was like grape ape, then sure, maybe. But no, that's stupid. So much. As you can see, I have Poochie. No questline for Poochie. She's just there. You see a little bit of animation in the corner of your eye, but that's it. Literally, that's it. That's all I got to do with this update, which sucks. Because I did a little bit more, but again, it's gone. And it's gone. There it is. There. That was the Halloween update. Wow, look at that. I didn't get it. Oh my god. And I didn't get the thing too. I don't know why. I was... Yeah, I'm pissed off. As you can see. Yeah, you can see a little bit of like Snoopy and acting like Joe Cool, and she's just all confused about that stuff there. And there you go. Oh boy, and this is a new thing too. God. That was Halloween. You see how short that was? That was stupid. That was stupid. Back to Yeen indeed. Oh god. Look, at least I'm enjoying looking back into these stuff here. Yeah, but it's such a disaster, man. I hated that so much. It hurts my soul, you know? But it's you know, it's what it is, right? It's what it is. So anyways, the next thing we're going to be taking a look at for the next video will be what's coming up next, which will be Thanksgiving of 2019. And I can let you know that one I have a lot more content for, so that will be a lot more better in that case. So get ready for that, I guess. Better than the Back to Yeen update, that's for sure. Man, I can't believe that. It's so stupid. Anyways, with that, we'll do for this episode. See you next time for some more videos on the archives. Whatever archives I got. God, 2018, the 19th of October sucked so much. I hate it.